Oh, we serve dinner at the middle. Yeah, generally, anywhere from a half hour to 3 hours. If Jason's quick, it'll be quick. Get ready.
They said, somebody told them that it wasn't on the agenda. It's on there.
It's just an announcement.
Huh?
It's just an announcement.
Okay,
That's, saying when the parade is, but,
right.
attention, let's go ahead and, we'll begin the February 4th, 2025 city council meeting. If, y'all would stand, Mr. Reed, would you lead us in a prayer?
Let's pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Now, Father, as we stand tonight in the seat of city government, once again, Father, we just ask for your wisdom. Wisdom is needed, Father, to make decisions on behalf of the citizens and the city. So, Father, that you crown our head and fill our heart with the wisdom that comes from on high. We're asking this in the name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Republic, which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so do we have any agenda amendments needed?
Yes, I think we wanted to add maybe the discussion of the route of the crew of the real people to adjust the agenda.
Okay, any objection? No. Okay, why don't we catch it in the guest section? I'll make the announcements, and then
Okay.
when it goes to guests, we can do that discussion that way.
Oh,
Because many people here, and that way you can get it out the way if they want to go home or
okay.
once it's finished. Okay, so we have a few announcements first. February 18th will be the next city council meeting. February 22nd, 11 a.m., the Crew of Kids Parade, and it's usually on,
That's actually at 1.
oh, 1?
Yes, it's at 1.
Oh, okay. Let's correct that. It'll be at 1
p.m.
1 p.m. All right. I was going to say,
Hopefully
the
1
kids
a.m.
are
they're all
partying
in
there.
bed.
1 p.m., and it's usually on Dunbar Avenue. February 23rd at 12 p.m., the Crew of Near Eats Parade. March 3rd at 5:30, the Mystic Crew of Seahorse Parade. March 4th at 1 p.m., the Crew of Real People, the Next Generation Parade. And with that, Jeffrey, you want to address, or Mike?
Yes, I think some of you all signed up for public forum, but we can go ahead. Is Chief here? Chief Alvin? Chief Kingston? Mayor, tonight we're discussing, I think, the routes for these parades. They were, the group of the real people have come to discuss the changing of the route. So, who is wanting to step up and represent Crew of Real People? Just maybe about 2 or 3 of them.
I think Lonnie's,
Okay.
Go ahead and speak into the mic.
I said, I think Lonnie's the one that's filled out the application over
You
the
come to
parade and
microphone,
everything.
sir.
If you would, just state your name and address.
My name is Lonnie Bradley at 20 St. Francis Street. We had got a call about us changing the route and bypassing Sycamore Street, and the topics that were brought up were not factual. We hadn't had no issues, and we don't want to change our route at all.
And if I can't, you go ahead. But if I can, And what this relates back to is last year's parade. I think y'all asked for a report from Toby on the parade and everything, when former chief and everything, and he filled out a report, and this is some of the recommendations that he had made. So when Alvin is the interim chief right now, Alvin's got the report and everything, looking at it and all.
I've never seen the report.
He didn't, he was supposed to send it out, I got it here, I mean,
Okay.
but,
I think it was sent out last year after the
February
parade.
13th, 2024 event. Yeah, they put it together and everything. But anyway, you know, he had concerns and all, but there's nothing been decided, anything, you know, about changing the route, you know, this is, I think Lonnie and him has talked, and I talked with Lonnie yesterday,
Yes, sir.
and, you know, we're gonna get back together and talk, we'll get with Reverend Reed, you know, and different ones, and just get some opinions, how we can get things to flow and keep things flowing through there.
Mr. Mike, what were the concerns that he had? Cause he never told me.
One of them was with the floats and all. Let me see if I can find it.
Yes, sir.
But one of them was with the floats, and when they get on Sycamore Street, they stop and all, and back everything up, and they can't get in there to get them moving. But also, I think last year an ambulance was called, if I recall.
Yes, sir.
And-
That was after the parade, though.
Yeah, and couldn't get in there and everything, and so
But
you're right.
It
that
was after the parade, yes, sir.
So, you know, I think his biggest thing with the parade was just keep it flowing through, and where it's not stopping and everything.
But I mean, our parade. I don't know if y'all been to our parade. I imagine y'all have, but our parade is not long by far. We go through downtown, back of town, every town, because we're an organization of the community, and we haven't had no issues with nobody getting hurt, none of that. The incident that Mr. Mike is talking about was a young lady, and she needed ambulance service. Well, her father was mad about the situation, so it was hard. You know, they want him to calm down. We was able to get him to calm down, and after that, the ambulance did get there. So, and she was fine. That was the only issue we had in 6 years. In 6 years. So we definitely don't want to change it.
So tonight, we're not setting nothing in stone about changing the route.
No, there's nothing on the agenda about
No, I
This is
can't.
just an
changing a
announcement.
route.
It's just an announcement.
No, this
So,
was just announcing the dates of the 4 parades we have in the city, and then next meeting, like I said, we'll get together and all, and have other routes and all for approval, street closures and all this and that.
Closures, yeah.
And I have been in correspondence with Mr. Mike. We're supposed to be meeting tomorrow, matter of fact. But we definitely want our voices to be heard. That's why you got so many people here who, you know, want y'all to understand what it means to all of us.
All right, so, Mike, you have a meeting with Mr.
We're gonna
Brad
try to set something
tomorrow.
up tomorrow evening, like,
Okay.
before he goes to
Will-
work,
Will Chief be there?
definitely.
And he said you would be there too.
What time?
He did.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me-
Because he told me that you thought it was a good idea for us to change too. But
Well, he showed me the route, and I didn't have no problem with it. I told him to talk with you all. I didn't see any problem with it, but
But-
get him with you all,
yes, sir.
before they make a final decision.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I told Lion, we'll get together, I know, I think Alvin has talked to you, you know, I told him I'll talk to you tonight or whatever after the meeting, see what, you know, see if you can make a get together tomorrow. I think Lonnie goes to work, you go at 7 or something like that.
Yes, sir. I work from 7 o'clock at night to 7 in the
Maybe
morning.
5 o'clock tomorrow evening or something, you know, so catch him before he goes
But
to
I
work.
don't care. I'll be there whatever time y'all want me
Yeah.
there.
So find out what's good for you, good for Alvin.
About 5, 6 o'clock is good for me.
5 o'clock is good for me.
5's good?
That's fine.
And we are gonna have,
Where we're gonna have the meeting?
We can have it up in City Hall.
All right.
okay, so y'all gonna have a meeting,
Yeah.
discuss the Carew Real People's parade route at City Hall at 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Yep.
Thank y'all so much.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Come on.
Good afternoon. My name is Sandra Price. I live at 408 Sycamore Street in Bay St. Louis, and I've been there 68 years. Okay. And I just want to reiterate what Lonnie just spoke about and what the mayor was concerned with. And I guess my question is, I was trying to figure out what the proposal, the rumor that I heard is that they were proposing to change the route, and not necessarily the route itself, but particularly just on Sycamore Street. And I was very offended with that. Because I tried to determine in my head what would make Sycamore Street the street that was most dangerous, why we couldn't travel down Sycamore. You understand? So I wanted to know if somebody had did a study, did y'all get, I mean, how many fatalities we had on Sycamore Street? Was there any shooting? Any problems on Mardi Gras Day on Sycamore Street that they had a problem? Why would such a proposal come to front? That one fight last year was the only thing that they had to base on changing an entire legacy of history of parading on Sycamore Street? You know, that was one of my questions. You know, I think they said something about maybe they don't have enough police force to traffic that area. Well, I don't know about the rest of the parades, but I see a lot of force from different other counties coming into different parades. So I don't know why the city of Bay St. Louis could not afford to maybe get some other fellow members to come in and police that area. I don't know. If somebody can just explain to me why a proposal was placed in the first place, maybe it'll make sense to me.
So let me
Go ahead and talk to the mic.
let me just say that, you know, I personally learned about this probably with the rest of you on Facebook about 3 hours ago. And so I'm not so sure any proposals have been made. I think the police chief was looking at it with the intention of sitting down and talking with the crew of real people and telling him his concerns, voicing his concern, offering alternatives if necessary. But to my knowledge, and Mayor, please feel free to speak, I don't think any decision had been made. I think it was just suggestions to sit down and talk with Lonnie. Now, clearly that suggestion or the proposal that the police chief had is not the favorable option. I mean, that much is very clear, but I don't think anything was set in any sort of stone or said that this is what's going to happen. I think it was just the police chief sitting there trying to brainstorm different opportunities and different ways to make traffic flow better. So I just want to throw that out there, that I don't think there is any formalized proposals or any kind of coup or any sort of plan. It was just to sit down and have an adult conversation about, hey, what can we do to make sure this parade flows and that all of our citizens are safe?
And that's great. And I just want to throw this out to you, that we're glad that you decided not to change it, because we're not in favor of any change, particularly not Sycamore Street. Because if there's congestion on Sycamore Street, there's congestion on Main and the Beach Boulevard as well. So we don't just have congestion back. If they can tell me why that particular street is the only one that they're deciding to move the route from, that's the problem that I have. I mean,
And like I said, this is just, we're multiple, every one of our parades, if you go look, there's multiple of them that have changed routes over the last couple of years for various reasons. Every one of them have had tweaks, especially since our parades keep growing, which is a great thing. Our parades grows, more people come, economic development, that's a good thing to have. And so a lot of our parades over the years, after what happens, just so y'all know off the process, after every parade or every city event, the police department gets together and say, okay, what do we need to do? We need barricades here. We need more officers here. We need this, we need that. And that's what stems these reports. So then when they come up and the development happens, so that, or the next year comes up, they sit down with whoever the organizers are of whatever events and says, what can we do to make this better? So my understanding is that's the process that we're in now. So nobody has said, you know, oh, we've got to remove Sycamore or we have to do this. It's simply looking at different options that are available.
I worked in Diamond Head, and I traveled that route for the last 5 years, trying to come from Diamond Head to get to Bay St. Louis for the crew of Near East Parade, and it's always a problem with me trying to get home. I live on Washington and Highway 90. Y'all never thought about changing that route, so why y'all never thought about changing the route?
Well,
I work with multiple people
yeah.
that live in Lakeshore and different
Yeah, and
that they have a problem with the same route that I have.
and it does happen.
I'm having the same problem trying to get home from work.
Yes.
You want to change the route.
Well, actually, that as I said, that was simply a suggestion that nothing had been changed. But I will tell you, Near East, it was changed. Near East used to make a loop, and because people couldn't get home, now Near East does a one way stretch.
All the way down and came back. I'm 55. I've been doing that route.
Yeah, and it does not do that anymore.
Still go down to the same mark and still come back from the same.
No, it does not. It's one way.
It started at Third Base and go that way. It used to start at National and come around and then go back, but now it just starts at Third Base and goes back the same way.
Correct. It makes one, and that was a traffic situation.
It's definitely not called Third Base no more. It's Harmony Sports
Harmony.
Bar
It is
and
Harmony.
Bistro.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's definitely
Sorry.
Harmony, and they have amazing fried
But-
pickles.
But
Get that advertisement.
Ms. Smith, when we did meet with the police chief Friday, he did have a map already drawn up that was already I mean, it
Yeah,
wasn't
that's-
like
It
I'm
wasn't
coming out.
approved.
Yeah,
No,
that-
I know it wasn't
yeah.
approved.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he,
it wa-
he told me that if we was to agree on it, then it wouldn't go through all this, but that if we didn't, he was gonna propose it to you and then it'll take it to the next step.
Yeah,
And we were just trying to get ahead of the game.
And again, you know, when we sit down tomorrow, we can talk about everything and all, and you know.
All right, sound good to me?
No.
Okay, I just want to say, so nothing's been decided at this point, and your job would just be patient.
Okay,
at this
so for
point.
2025 parade, it's the same route that we took in the previous years?
As of right this minute, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nothing's changed.
nothing's changed, okay.
Nothing's changed.
You know, we'll discuss with, you know.
Okay, so now,
The thing now is to figure out how we can keep everything flowing.
yeah, well, we understand about the flow, because we wanted the flow as well, but the thing is, you know, we have a lot of history, there's a lot of legacy back there on Sycamore Street, and that's home for us. Now, you want us to go all the way around the city and travel, if you don't want us to come home. Sycamore Street is home. So we need to come on home, so I'm saying, I'm putting it out there before it gets any further. I don't wanna go if I parade anywhere, it's gonna be on Sycamore Street. That's where I'm going.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Diane Frederick, 515 Easterbrook Street. I started with the Crew of Real People in 1982. I was there 25 years. There was never, ever a fight during the parade of the original Crew of Real People. Also, up until last year, after the festival or the fair, we cleaned Sycamore Street. We don't ask the city to come and clean up our mess. We pick it up ourselves. Number two, all of us, with the crew or without the crew, we know if it get too thick, come on, move it on. Move it on. But the thought of us not be able to parade on Sycamore Street, I think, like you say, home, is off. And we're asking the city, mayor, and all the other people involved, the police, to let us keep on doing what we do, where we originated from, and go back home, as Sandra said, through our neighborhood, and we thank you.
Thank you. Was there any proposal to change the route? 'Cause, this is
It's
all
just
kind
talk,
of new.
you know.
for us.
Yeah, just,
Going off of this report and everything, just, you know, again, it's just to come up with ideas where they, you know, wanted to change the route, not want to change the route, how we keep them flowing, how do we make sure emergency can get back there if something happens now. So again, when we meet tomorrow, when we meet tomorrow with Lonnie, we can discuss all that, you know, and Reverend Reed.
Okay, so is everybody okay? Let Mr. Lonnie and Reverend Reed and Mike and them and the chief discuss that. They'll pass the information on back to the crew.
fi-
Right. Well, again, nobody's saying they're changing it, and like this was like, I just found out about this a little while ago, and I called Mike about an hour ago. So, I wouldn't know.
Excuse me, I wanna say, not only for 2025.
Come up. Okay.
Leave the route the same forever, not just this year. So when the proposals come up, get with the community, the chief or whoever. They heard.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So, there's nothing more that we're gonna do tonight. There's no motions to change anything. And, because it's not on the agenda for one thing, I've never seen any proposed changes, so everybody just, it's okay. It'll be fine. Okay.
Thank y'all.
so tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock, Lonnie, where's Lonnie?
He's right on, he's giving you the.
Lonnie, whoever you want to bring, you know, to the meeting with you, it'll be at the mayor's office. At the mayor's office, 5 o'clock. All right.
Might,
No, you can't.
Yeah.
might have to have it here. Thank y'all for coming.
That little waivers right there.
baby? I heard it. Yo, that's true.
I don't think so.
37 years of marriage.
Hey. Hey. Let's go with these sisters. Yeah, oh yeah, you know.
What? Safe to leave? Let everybody get out. Get a stampede. Quit gone. Close that door, babe, please. Call me. Close that door. Caitlin.
They got it, right? Like gentlemen's, isn't it? And now they've reopened.
Okay, we can, I think it's quiet enough. Minutes approval, we have a motion.
Motion to approve minutes is submitted. They were correct. Again, I was incorrect. They're good.
Okay, motion, Councilman Seal to approve the minutes as of January 27, 2025. We have a second.
Second.
Second by Councilman DeSalvo. Any discussion? Vote the motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 5-0. Mayor's report, Mike, you have anything?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Council business, discuss the March 4th meeting date due to Mardi Gras Day. So it corresponds, I know we gotta come in and gavel out.
I'm gonna make sure of that. I just didn't have time to research this, so
It's
if you
first
don't
meeting
mind,
of the
like,
month,
it is
yeah.
the first meeting, but it is an official holiday. We take, so that is one of our official holidays. There may be an exception to that, so I really wanted to see y'all's feedback because I feel like we've actually met on Mardi Gras before, but
I think we have.
I didn't know what you guys wanted to do. I mean, we've got so much going on. I wouldn't necessarily advise it, but I just wanted to see if it's something, if you wanted to move, do you want to move it? Do you want to have it? I didn't want to spend 2 hours researching something if y'all are
Council,
planning to be here.
if y'all don't have a problem, y'all wanna move it to Wednesday, if it's legal?
Yeah, I'll be out of town.
That's fine.
I'll be back Wednesday, but
We've moved it before.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was for, but I know we've moved that meeting before.
No, but we had to, it's by statute.
Well, the difference though, we've moved meetings and we've moved Tuesday's meetings, but the difference is this is an official holiday. Like, this is a legal city
Yeah.
holiday, so I just have to look and see what
Okay.
happens, because it's, yeah, so
Well,
we'll have it
so,
cleared
yeah,
up. If
that's what I
it's
was gonna
legal,
say.
we'll do it, and if nothing else, we can
Yeah, we got
gavel,
next
we'll
meeting.
gavel in and adjourn. If worst case scenario, we'll figure that out, and somebody will
Linda
just have
be
to
here.
take one for the team and,
Okay, just
Be
give
here
us
in
next meeting, see
reason.
what the
yeah, we will.
thing is, we'll be good. Let's see,
Absolutely.
council business, Jeffrey,
Nothing.
Josh?
No, I'm good.
nothing new.
I don't think I have anything. I would like to, at the next meeting, talk about a little bit about those flock cameras. And I'm not ready to, it wasn't on the agenda, so, but I'm gonna put it on the agenda to discuss a little bit more in detail, and like the chief, to be, present, just to give us an update on that, the flock cameras.
Oh.
And the, what they're used for and who can access the information.
All right, we'll have them at the meeting.
Caitlin, can you add that council business? Thank you. Let's see. Public forum, do we have
Everybody gone?
was anybody on public forum that Wasn't talking about the parade? Nope. Okay, you can come up.
My name is Bobby Tate, and I live on St. George Street. And our street, I think, is one of the worst streets in the city of Bay St. Louis, and we've been asking for a long time to see if they would come and do something about the potholes and the water that's basically on our streets all the time when it rains. Some people can't even get out of their driveways, so I just like to see if there's any
What's that address again?
412, I'm at 412 St. George Street.
Mike, can you get maybe,
Yep.
Yeah, and all the other
and-
streets are,
And Bobby, on that as well, we'll start, when we do that ARPA project, the lining of the pipes now, once we get those sealed and everything, that'll be able to go in, and that'll be one of the roads we can add to try to get completed.
they told us that 2 years ago.
And we start in,
It's been, that's what this is, an ARPA project.
month,
It's
we
been
should
about
start
2
lining.
years, but now it's out for construction and we have bids
Yeah.
and we have, so
and
it's actually
all been
moving.
awarded, we videoed everything and all for the repairs.
Yeah, the
They'll
pre-construction
come in
meeting was
now
today.
and line everything.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
thank you. Anybody else? Okay, let's see, engineers report. Jason?
All right, good evening. We have one item tonight that we'd like action on, and that's a motion to authorize the construction advertisement for the Ramonita Street Sanitary Sewer Improvement Project. We did get authorization from DEQ to proceed with this. So this is to reroute a force main from the lift station on Beach Boulevard to the north of Ramonita, put in a new force main, redirect that sewer off of Ramonita Street to a larger gravity line on that Third Street. Third yes.
Avenue?
Third Street, yeah. And then we're also gonna upgrade lift station, and that right there by Bay Oaks and, Central.
Okay.
So,
So you need a motion?
need a motion, yes, sir.
Motion.
Well, there's nothing on, is that in the consent agenda?
That's on engineer number
No,
9.
engineer report.
Yeah,
Number
it's
9.
on, under my report.
All right,
Number 9.
motion to authorize construction advertisement for the Ramonita Street Sanitary Sewer Improvements Project. And Doug Seeley made a motion,
Jeffrey and one of us did.
and Jeffrey second. Close enough. All right, any discussion? Vote to motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 5-0. You have anything else, Jason?
That's the only action item we have tonight, unless you guys have any other questions.
Yeah, the paving, depot paving, when we just bidded it, didn't we?
We took bids today, yes, sir.
Okay, when do we open them? Did we open them?
We opened them already. We're evaluating those bids, and we'll have a recommendation for the next meeting.
Next meeting? Okay. All right.
And anybody got anything else? No? All right, thank you.
All right,
Oh, one more question, Jason. MLK Park, the paving, is that asphalt? Is that all they have left?
It's gonna be asphalt, yes, sir.
Do you know timeline on that?
We discussed that with the contractor today. He's trying to get everything lined up for next week. So we're hopeful that we'll be able to pave it. Then once they reinstall the fence, that'll pretty much be the end of the project.
Okay,
We're a couple weeks away from having that completed. Then they'll move over to Buyer and start on Buyer.
all right, sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Buyer's gonna get done?
Before I get out of office, they'll break ground on Bar.
They might finish it.
I'm not gonna be that optimistic. It's only been since 2016 we've been
Exactly.
working on
How many
getting that.
terms is that?
We're
Been a minute.
Half?
8 or 9 years into this project.
It's crazy.
Okay, I don't have anything more. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see, city clerk's report?
It's a motion to approve docket of claims 25-004 dated February 4, 2025, in the amount of $509,248,053. And I don't believe I received any questions on the docket.
Anybody got any questions on the docket?
No questions.
Motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion Councilman Seal,
Second.
second Councilman Davis. Any discussion? Vote to motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 5-0. Motion to approve docket of claims special dated February 4, 2025 in the amount of $144,000, no cents.
Motion.
Yeah.
Motion Councilman DeSalvo,
Second.
second Councilman Seal. Any discussion? Vote to motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 5-0. Consent agenda. Anybody have anything on the consent agenda you want to talk about?
Mr. President, I just wanted to go back to the council report. Mr. Mayor, administration, I think last meeting, Councilman Knobloch discussed with you all about the remaining mulch at MLK Park. It is certified mulch, and we would like to, I think, give it to Ward 5.
Al Smith Park? Councilman Davis?
Yes. So whenever the city wants to pick it up, they can go ahead and pick it up. And again, it is certified mulch. It's the same place the city gets their mulch from.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
How
Just
many
wanted to
yards
move
did you get?
We got 11 on that,
50 something yards.
90 yards.
What is that?
You got 90 yards.
I got 90 yards? Okay. Well, we got a bunch of it left over, so.
You had 90 yards, it's mine now.
Oh, okay. Did they get it?
Not yet.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. President.
Anybody got any discussion on that thing? Only thing I had is the air conditioners over at the Fire Station 1. They got a substantial completion on that.
Yes, as far as the chiller and everything that was installed, all that is complete and finished. Now, there's still,
A couple units or something upstairs.
well, yeah, some inside stuff, whether it's thermostats or controls, in there that, again, has nothing to do with the chiller and all. It's got just in there and they're on order and everything.
So,
But they're fairly close.
what's the warranty on this and how does it work?
I'd have to, what you mean, how does it work?
I
It,
mean,
it,
is there
it replaced
warranty
the
on all
loop,
this?
it replaced the underground loop of water that we had that was compromised, from what I'm told and understand, it was compromised when they installed it. And so that's one of the reasons we've never had that unit working over there, because again, the water never could cool down as it recirculated around. And anyway, so with that, they came in now, did away with that, put a chiller in where everything's above ground, goes through the chiller water. It's a loop, enclosed loop that goes through the chiller to cool the water back down as it makes.
So
the
everything underground's been cut off?
That's all out.
Okay.
And then, again, some of the stuff we've done, we did some work before, replace some motors on each unit. What it is, this thing's got, I think it's 18 inside units. Every bedroom has its own unit. Every room has its own unit, and it's a nightmare, really. But that's what we have, and that's what we dealt with.
So they still have those units?
They still got what?
They still got the 18 units?
They still got all their units and all this and that, but
And you would just
all
need
the
about-
controls are being updated and everything for those units.
All right. Yeah, because I was reading that they have it'll cycle itself. It's automated to swap them out or whatever. It's
Yeah.
3 of them. Okay, that's all I needed. Anybody got anything else on it? Let's go ahead. I need a motion to approve consent agenda items 12 through 31. Motion, Councilman Seal. Second, Councilman Davis. Any discussion? Vote to motion.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Special reports. Motion to approve, cash balances, wage and hour report, revenue report, grant and intergovernmental revenue report, revenue and expense report, detailed grant revenue report, special events permits, January chamber business report.
Are we
Anybody got
just spreading this on the?
Yeah.
Okay. Motion.
Yeah, this is spread on
Okay.
events. Motion, Councilman Reed.
Second.
Second, Councilman DeSalvo. Any discussion? Vote to motion.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carries 5-0. And attorney's report? Nothing, okay, that does it. Any motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All did right, girl.
Second.
Motion by Reed, Mr. Reed,
Hold
and
on.
second by the mayor. Vote to motion.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Motion
bye-bye.
carries 6-0.
Who seconded?
Council